Today's episode is sponsored to you by A&H Provisions. Meat and hot dogs that are so good, even Goyim understand how amazing they are. It's the next level of kosher food, and the website is kosherdogs.net. Get yours, enjoy them, A&H Provisions. Welcome to And Here's Modi. And welcome back to And Here's Modi with Periel and Leo here. So excited. We just had a conversation off camera, or it was really on, um, about how we need to discuss things that are cancelable.
That's not what I said, really.
Okay.
I was just encouraging you to talk about juicy things that people have opinions about.
Okay.
Because I was very rude on the last episode. I said the story you were telling about plane travel was boring,
Right.
that no one cares, which I think is true. So I just am encouraging you to toe the line a little bit.
Okay. I thought the story was great. The woman was being a bitch, and God gave her a nice smack to the side of the head, which she deserved. If that would have happened to me, I go, oh, I wonder what I did wrong that I needed to get a smack to the side of my head. Whenever I do get a hit or
I
a
think I'm
bump,
about to get a smack to the side of the head.
yeah, you could use a good smack to the side of your head. It wouldn't hurt. Nice fat boom, just to straighten you out.
Might turn me on a little.
Anyway, hi everybody, and welcome to And Here's Modi. Of course, we always want to thank A&H Provisions, best hot dogs in the world.
But not just hot dogs.
Not just hot dogs, kosher meats,
Deli meats.
glatt kosher meats, and the website is
www.kosherdogs.net.
these hot dogs and kosher meats are so geschmack, delicious. Even Goyim realized, oh, this is what we should be buying. So now we have that
Thank
done.
you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth.
30% off your
With-
first order.
With
Yeah.
Modi as
Promo code Modi.
promo code Modi. And if you want to visit the factory, Seth will give you a tour. Shine, we're back. We had the Los Angeles comedy, the Chosen Comedy Festival in Los Angeles, and I want to tell you, it was amazing.
I think it was the best.
I think
one
I'm going to tell you.
so
Okay,
far.
so I believe the one in Brooklyn with the amphitheater of 4,250 people was a beast of its own. Was Mashiach energy on such a level. The Florida one, the Miami one, was because the music was too much music and the venue
Venue wasn't great.
wasn't great. It wasn't. It wasn't tight. It was like a theater where you do a concert, but this was at the Algonquin Theater.
Nope. It was
No,
at the Orpheum Theater.
that's right. I'm
The
at the
Algonquin
Algonquin.
Theater's in New Jersey,
No, so I'm
which you'll
sorry.
be at later this
Okay,
summer.
okay, so okay, I'm dyslexic, and I. By the way, do you know that I bought a I bought. I've realized my dyslexia is so hard, and so when Leo shows me on the Google Calendar,
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, I have a
Nothing,
beautiful Google Calendar.
gorgeous.
It's like
You can
different
imagine
colors,
Yeah.
colors
happening,
and everything,
everything.
and I can't
But you
follow
can't
it.
look at it. I know you can't even
So
look
I
at it.
bought from the old store the at a glance, and I write it in, and writing it in helps me.
Like it's
And then
1975.
it's literally like 1975. Look, absolutely, it's that old, but it helps me. At any rate, we were at
The
the
Orpheum.
Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles, and it was amazing. The theater is stunning and haunted. You could tell it's haunted.
Yeah.
It's you walk in there, there's like, but a good haunted, like the performers that loved that was their place. They said, I'm hanging out here.
It's
You
like over
could
100 years old, right?
100 years old, stunning, gorgeous. The sound was great. Congratulations to Donnie, Zolden, Elon Gold, and me. We are the producers of the show. And the team, Donnie's team, killed it, nailed it. We had Moshav Band, which is amazing. They were up front, and then they're done. Music is over, comedy starting, and we had a special guest, Mayim Bialik,
Amazing.
who is
Blossom.
Blossom from
Yeah.
the what's it called, the Big Bang Theory,
Right.
and then she now hosts
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
Which is insane.
And she's the
Unbelievable.
nicest person. She's very sweet.
The nicest person I've met in so long.
Yeah, she's
She
very
has like a
nice.
PhD in
Yeah,
some
she's like a neuroscientist.
yeah.
Like I like really actually in real life.
And the sweetest, and the point, she came in a sweatshirt and jeans, and we asked her to introduce us.
Uh-huh.
Well, first of all, she couldn't get over me.
Right, didn't she, like, I saw a message on Instagram saying that she's, like, fangirling out because her mom has been sending her clips
Yeah.
of your
Right.
comedy for God knows how long.
Yeah.
So her mom's a fan, and so she what did she ask us to do, to put her on the
Her
list or something?
people got in touch with your people to get
Yes.
her mom on the VIP list for the Tempe, Arizona show.
Oh,
S
my
Yeah.
people.
And yeah. No, it didn't go to me. It went to Matt.
Oh, at Innovative?
Yeah, you have multiple people now, Modi.
I have
Keep up.
Team Modi, Baruch Hashem, they
Team
should all be
Modi has
blessed and live
multiple
long and do
people at
lots
this
of great
point.
work. So she came and she's like, Modi, oh my God, I saw your clips. I'm like, aren't you the famous one here? And she came and we were dancing backstage before the curtain went up, me, Elon, and her.
Uh-huh.
And we had such a great time. And then she came on. So she comes on and introduces us. And Elon and I are behind the curtain. She's in front of the curtain, and the curtain's gonna go up, and it's a very, Adele. Um,
Oh, Adele.
okay, but and then we got her name is Mayim, which means water. Okay, and Elon and I just laughed and decided, let's just go sing Mayim Mayim Besason. Hey, hey, it's like this Israeli folk song about water. Shafte Mayim Besason Minan HaYeshua. Mayim 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 Mayim. We came out there
You
and
don't know
sang
it?
it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on when that was
Obviously, you
happening.
didn't know, but the people who were Jewish people who know this song,
Everybody else
everybody sang along, and it was like Mayim. It was, and her name is Mayim, and it was just fun. I thought it was a great,
Yeah, it was so it was the third iteration of the Chosen Comedy
yep,
Festival. It went from Brooklyn, then to Miami, just now in LA. I think the LA one was the tightest
the
of them
best.
all so far in terms of just like logistics and organization. And Donnie has put together a really good team over
Donnie
there.
has an amazing team for the festival. The people in the back were, the behind the scenes
Yeah.
people were amazing, making sure the talent was
That
there.
Brian guy, the production guy,
There's one
so good.
guy, this super like chill skater dude, and he's, "What's up? Hey Modi, how you doing? All good? Da 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 da. Yeah, so we
Oh, you
got
had
you.
a moment
We're
with
gonna,
him.
we're gonna do your sound check. We're gonna do your that. We're gonna calm. All the mess, everybody's just screaming. He's just super calm, and then we find out he's Jewish. His mother's Jewish. His mother's Jewish, and there was this one kid running around, and he's known for putting on tefillin with celebrities. Putting on tefillin. So we ended up putting on tefillin on Brian, and it was just so much fun. It's like his bar mitzvah was right before the show,
Oh my
and
god.
that was
Because he had
amazing.
never put on film
He
before.
never put on tefillin before.
Wow.
Yeah, have you ever put on tefillin?
No.
Um, so we had the
I don't think I'm
show. It
allowed
was
to.
Wait,
what?
why aren't you allowed to?
I don't feel like I feel like that's not respectful if you're not Jewish to put tefillin on, right?
That is the funniest thing you've ever. Oh my god,
What?
you have produced Shabbat dinners, Rosh
That's
Hashanah
not
dinners. You've you made
You you have
seders. You've had. You've prayed at the graves of the holiest rabbis in the world.
I have a Rebbe dollar in my phone case.
Okay, and you also, if you wanted to put on tefillin, you could.
I feel like it would be like you wearing like rosary beads as a fashion accessory.
If I'm wearing it as a fashion accessory, yes. If I'm wearing it as a connection to the holy, Yushki, then it doesn't make sense.
Uh-huh, okay.
So
What about me? Can I put on tefillin?
you can do whatever makes you a better person. Wake up in the morning, what's gonna make me a better person? Is it tefillin? Is it putting on what do you want to do?
Tefillin.
Tefillin, if you wanna scream kukuruku kukuruku in the middle of the street, whatever makes you a better person, do it. If you
You're
wanna go, if you
saying
wanna
that.
go to learn a piece of Gemara before your day begins, and it's gonna make you a better person, do it. If it's gonna make you say, I learned it and you didn't, nah, not Mashiach energy. It's just do whatever makes you a better person. Period.
Is that the official position of Judaism that women can put on tefillin?
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
don't need to. You understand to me, Periel? Your DNA and your design as a woman is so much holier than a man. You're
Yeah,
not
I mean,
buying that.
no,
You still haven't bought
I
I
it.
don't
don't
wrap
buy
my
it.
brain around that
It's
either.
like
Yeah,
it's I it I just think it's not it it's bullshit.
I
It's
have
like you are
I
so holy that
no.
you can't do any of the things.
Go broad strokes. Go broad strokes. Go broad strokes.
Yeah,
Go broad strokes and look at the world we live in.
okay.
Who has made all the trouble in the world? Who right now is invading Ukraine? A man named Putin. Who, when you think of just the biggest disasters in the world, who were in charge? Men.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Jews.
No, no, Putin's not Jewish. But men have caused wars. Men have caused anger, have horrible things in the world. Women are just designed not to be evil. There are evil women.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor
Taylor Gre
Greene,
Okay, so you
the woman
get
who just sent Little Prince Cafe on fire, that was a woman?
right. So okay, but that she didn't start a war, and there's much less of that.
Hmm. So you're saying if and
Don't tell me I'm not right.
no, you are kind of right. No,
Okay,
I
so
hear
I'm saying in general, women are.
I would live in a society that was governed and
I
ruled by
think
women.
no man should run for any office. Should be all women, and in the Middle East, it should be all mothers. You have to have a child in order to run for government in any of the Middle East.
Why? What makes you say that?
Because if you're about to invade a country and you know your kid's gonna go to war, you say maybe we don't need to invade the country.
Interesting.
I just think
Okay.
so. Yeah. At
Phi-
any rate,
no, philosophically, I'm not against what you're saying. However,
yeah.
I think that in many of these organized religions, the women, it's all patriarchal. Like you can say whatever you want, but it's still all misogyny. And it's still like women aren't allowed to do this, women aren't allowed to do that. Look at what's going on in half of the world right now, in all of these countries,
Well, like Iran and
n-
stuff.
yeah, even in Iran. That's a great example because you're so
But
holy,
why
you
did you
can't go
take
to
it? But why did
school.
you take it there? I'm not wor I'm not tell what's happening in Iran is horrible. I'm just telling you that in my opinion, and from things I've seen and studied, I think women are DNA. Your inner essence, your inner intuitions is just on a higher level than men.
Right, I appreciate that, but I'm saying that I think that religion is used oftentimes in a way to keep women oppressed. That's a material fact.
Okay. I'm just saying if you want to put on film, put it on.
With you, fine, but if I want to go to synagogue and do that,
Wow, you guys really took my note to heart
If you
about
wanna go to a
towing the
synagogue and put on
line.
tefillin, I want first of all, depends what synagogue. If
okay,
you wanna go to our Sixth Street Synagogue and put
fine.
on tefillin, God would say, "Have fun, enjoy it if it's gonna make you a better person."
Right, God
If
would say
right.
that.
If you wanna find some insane synagogue where they're super religious and if you wanna go to in the middle of Williamsburg to a Satmar Stiebel and put on tefillin, it's not gonna work.
No,
They're
it's
gonna
not.
ask you, "Could you not do that here?"
They're going to be like, "Can you also not come in here?"
Exactly. Anyway, so back to the festival. Um,
Where do you think the festival should go next?
I
Probably
from
like
what
a Toronto or Montreal
I
kind of
think
Yeah.
thing.
Chicago has an audience from what we just saw.
Why? Because we sold out Skokie so fast?
Yeah, I think Chicago would do the
Yeah.
festival.
Chicago would be a good one
Yeah,
domestically.
Chicago would be good. Montreal for sure.
Montreal would be like
Yeah,
banging.
let us know where you think the comedy festival should come next. But The festival was amazing. The comedians, it was so I had so much fun just first of all, I saw Wendy Liebman.
Lieberman?
Liebman.
Liebman? Oh, I thought it was Lieberman.
Liebman, not Lieberman.
Okay. All right.
Lieberman is who we
Sorry,
hang
Wendy.
out with in Montreal. Lieb and I use their name in a bit, and they love it. Um, so shout out to Chaya and Lorne and their family. But um, Wendy Liebman is it was such a crazy thing to going around because I remember when I began doing comedy, I opened for her.
Wow.
Wendy Liebman is she's like known for these like set up punchline, like, but she's the queen of it. It's literally like I found $20 today in a tip jar at Starbucks. Like literally that's her act, and it's so funny. And the audience loved her, and it's easy. And she's like, "You don't have to think. I'm gonna set it up for you. You don't have to. It's nothing." And she was there, and I haven't seen her in maybe 15 years. I opened for her. Do you remember the last time I opened for her? So I don't know what the date was when there was the Runaway Bride.
Oh, wow.
Remember that Runaway Bride thing?
Vaguely.
I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, there was this thing with this wife ran away in the middle of a wedding. And at any rate, I was opening for Wendy in New Jersey somewhere. And and she's Punch, she's a small little thing, adorable little thing. And she just gets up there and does the jokes. People laugh, we have a good time, and they leave. This one person began heckling hard, like, and she of course had a line to diffuse it. And it's in a theater, so there's no security. And then this person was going even stronger and stronger, and I'm standing backstage, and I'm like, okay, put the mic on hot. I went up and crushed the person. Like what I didn't even know what I said, but I just like, hey, you know,
What were they saying? What
I don't know what they were saying, but it was something about material about the bride.
Oh, okay.
And like, "Da-da-da-da, what would you run?" Blah, 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 thinking they were gonna add to the show, but they were just the worst. And I'm like, all people, it's Wendy. Just it's so not the act you heckle. And I remember that. So anyway, so what was funny was that it was sh- she I opened for her, and now I'm bringing her on to the show.
I love that.
But it was just so it was so, and Dan Levy was on the show too.
Oh, wow.
Dan Levy, not Dan Levy from Schitt's Creek.
Oh.
Dan Levy is another comedian. And I remember when he used to open for me. And now he's this little, thing in LA, and he's on
You guys
stage.
had some great, comics on, yeah?
Yeah, but maybe too many.
Yes, we do not need that many
I think it
comedians.
could really
How
be
long was the
streamlined.
show?
It goes on too long. I
It went too
left.
long. We did an intermission too.
Did you hear that?
What?
What did you just say?
I left at one point, and I left Modi there. I went back to the hotel.
No, no.
It's
And
like
he didn't even
11:30.
he didn't even realize you were gone.
No, I told him I was leaving. I
Oh no, no. So hold on, wait. I'll tell you the funniest thing. So we sell. Okay, so the show was like a lot of comedians. Mean Elon host.
Mhm.
Comedians come on. Uh, then before the intermission, because I took the bad spot
Miami. Yeah,
in
you ate it.
Miami,
Miami.
I got the like
Yeah, you're the best spot.
the like
Juicy.
the juiciest spot of all, which was the end of the first half. I
Okay.
closed it out. It was the most delicious spot on earth. Intermission. We did this giveaway and then started the show again, and Elon closed it. Um, and so Leo goes, I'm going home after your set. Hey, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear the rest of them. And he definitely does not want to stay for the after party where people, people paid for people paid for um the an after party,
The
which
meet
is
and
fun.
greet.
It is food. We're hanging out. Elon and I are on. We know that people paid extra, and I'm so anytime anybody pays anything to for me, I give it everything.
Yeah.
My cameos, my meet and greets, I give it because I'm just so happy somebody paid something. Um, the people were nuts. Oh my god, they were nuts. This one guy was like, "Hey, picture this. We saw you on that. Da, da, da. We have a little talk. Where you from? Really? I know. Da, da, da. You make it fun.
Okay.
It's a meet and greet.
It's a meet and
It's a
greet.
meet and greet. I give it to them. I want to hear about them. You hear about me. Move on to the next one." This one guy was so blitzed or drunk or high. And he goes, "What is a meet and greet?" So wait, I paid extra. I want to like sit down and talk to you about comedy.
Oh
I
my
have material I want to run by you. I want to. I'm like, oh no, that's not what
It's
this
a
is about.
meet and greet, not a sit and chat.
Not a sit and have
A personal coaching
a
session?
riff session. It was
What's wrong
so,
with
and his
people?
wife was so uncomfortable because she saw this is happening. And as soon as I was able to maneuver away from him, he went and did the same thing with Elon.
Oof.
oh my god.
He's like, yeah, no, I paid money. I want to sit and talk with you about material for comedy and your comedy. And then I was like, oh wow. It was everybody else was so sweet. And I have to give a shout out to Hamsa.
Hamsa.
Hamsa. There was a table we had at the festival. We have tables of food and tables of different types of Jewish things that are adorable. And there's this table of Hamsa, which is a edible kosher edibles um, that was made by this woman who is so special. You look in her eyes, you know it's Mashiach energy. Her name is Shifra Klein, and she identifies as a Chabad mom. She's not looking to. I'm a Chabad mom. That's it. She's a family full of kids. Baruch Hashem. One of them is autistic, and he was on all these medications and eat. And that affect you and have maybe it gives you one day of clarity, but the rest of the day you're sick.
Yeah.
And she did research, which brought her to Israel and Spain and all kinds of places. And she found some strain of marijuana
Mhm.
of THC, and it saved her son. Her son's a different person, um, and calm, and has a whole Mashiach energy healing. And she made these gummies. And what's the best about her? Like you know how we used to talk about what gives you a high, what gives you a low.
Yeah.
On the packaging, she put ZZZ, like you're sleeping. So people should know this is the one that makes you a little more tired. And she goes, this is the one that helps him sleep and takes pain away, and it's in that, and it's the packaging, and it's this woman, and she looks like a Chabad mom, and she's selling this, and she's so sweet, and she's doing it from love. I don't think they're making money yet, but it's a packaging, and it's called Hamsa, and I think you can only get it, I guess, well, in California, you can buy whatever you want.
Right.
But they're coming up with a CBD of it with the same strain or something, and she's just so sweet. It was just such a just to land on that. You know what I'm saying? God said, whatever disease He brought down, there'll be a cure for it before. That's written,
Okay.
which is why we learn the tractate of divorce before the tractate of wedding.
Modi, what's a tractate?
In the Talmud, there's tractates,
Mhm.
right? There's like the books, the volumes.
Okay.
One volume talks about contracts. One volume talks about Sukkot. One talks about Passover. And then there's the one that talks about weddings,
Mhm.
and there's the one that talks about divorces. But you learn the divorce one before you learn the marriage one. So you have a cure in case it's all messed up. That's just so you understand. So you see, the cures are here. We have to just find them. Hello, is anybody there? Nothing. Okay.
Um, I mean, okay, listen, I'm not sure that's true, but it's a nice idea.
Okay, I wasn't trying to sell it to you. I'm sold on it,
You're
and I'm sure
sold
many
on
of our listeners are as well.
okay,
But
that's
if you don't like it, it's
no, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I don't know. I think it's a very philosophical question.
okay.
What
I don't know, those gummies are not for me. I ate one of them and
an
I got emotional watching Discovery Channel. It's like it's too much. Like
I
hilarious.
enjoyed them very
I
much.
I can't do it. I don't
I
know what's
enjoyed it
in these
very much.
gummies. I don't know what my body does not like THC. Like
It brought you down.
no, I was like gonna I was we were watching the show on the Discovery Channel. I was like, I'm gonna cry right now. I
What
don't know.
show?
We're watching the BattleBots show. Like I was
I
so
can't believe
invested in this show. I
we
was like, what is going on? It's
when okay, we don't want we in our house we have TV only in the living room, not in the bedroom. So the only thing when we travel,
when we travel, it's our secret naughty thing is like watching TV in
watching
bed.
TV in bed.
So we don't do that at home.
Rue, is it Rue?
No, we can't get so we watch. I watch all my History Channel, all the
Mm,
crazy goyim and the things they
mhm.
do, and you know the looking for gold with these big machines, and they're chopping down trees, and I love that. And then we watched it out of nowhere, we saw this show called Battle
Battle bots.
Battle Bots.
Yeah.
What is
When I
it?
tell
Oh
you it was
my
the most
god!
entertaining television I've seen in a long time, it's these dweebs, like these nerds.
Hold on, did you ever hear of this?
It's these like really nerdy kids who are like on these robotics teams, and they like fight these robots to the death. Like, and some of the robots weigh like 250 pounds. Like they have like metal axes that swing, and they use these remote controls in this arena, and they make them fight each other until one of them breaks, and they like
We
break.
No, 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 we no,
And he's, like,
it's the size of
crying
this
in the
coffee table,
bedroom?
so
Yeah, you get
it
attached
goes
to
from the
them.
size of this coffee table to the size of this coffee table 6 feet tall,
Okay.
and it has tracks, and it has things like a saw, like a
But like a real saw,
a real
like
saw, and some angle and it has, in case it gets turned over, like a leg pops up, and all of a sudden it comes back into motion,
yeah,
and
self-righting.
these dweebs are running them, and it's a whole world, and they're talking, and they have these
Like sports announcers, like it's an NFL game.
and I'm like, we've never heard of this.
Yeah, it's a
I
whole
never
world.
heard of this. And there's a whole world around it. And I will say one thing. They had the audience shot, and they had the people that were did the robots thing. And I will say this, not one black person,
Yeah, there's no people of color fighting
no people
robots.
of color in this. So you see this, it's huge. The arena is the size of I would say a little smaller than a basketball
No, it was like a
court.
hockey rink.
Like a hockey, and it has like all these chainsaws
Mhm.
on the side of it in case it goes there, it gets hit. It was
Yeah, there's like
so,
booby traps in the arena for
And
and
them.
we're
and
watching it
it's just
on
all
gummies.
white.
I'm watching it on gummy. I couldn't laugh hard enough. The
I was screaming at the TV.
Oh my
I
god.
sent it to my sister, my little sister who's on a robotics team, and she was like, "Yeah, I know some people on that show." I was like, "What? Is this a whole world I don't know about?"
it's a
Where
world you
where
don't.
is this?
It was on Discovery Channel.
Was it? No, yes, it was on Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
It who and they like
Who would have
history.
thought?
Yeah, so last year we did, and now we came back with this, and this we're gonna do that, and we're gonna go there. And how do you feel about where did this come from?
I loved it.
Geeks and robots.
Geeks and robots. White geeks and robots.
Yeah.
Of course, the only thing I was thinking about when they were watching this. So you have to understand. Imagine a 6 foot robot that has an axe that swings out of
Right?
nowhere, or a chainsaw.
Like
I
it
go
would kill someone.
when they're working on it. What if someone hits the button while they're walking by where the axe is flying out?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have to sign a
It's like
waiver.
Final Destination stuff.
I don't know. It was just I can't
I
imagine.
mean, it sounds
Would you let Ari be on a robotics team like that?
absolutely
I wouldn't
not.
let Ari
I
do
will
that.
only take Ari to hip hop
Yeah, you'll
concerts.
take him to a hip hop
No.
concert, a
So
ganja infused hip hop concert, but not a robot.
I will say again that the LA, first of all, the merch was adorable. The logos were great. Everything was wonderful. Um, and the people came out and they had the time of their lives. And LA came together. It was very, 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 very cute.
What was other than mime, what was like a real highlight of the show for
Jeff
you?
Garlin was on,
Cute.
and he's a star on Curb, but was very sweet. And Elon told me that he had sent him a video of mine a week before and goes, "This guy's funny." And then Elon goes, "He's co-hosting the event with me." So that's the first time I got to meet Jeff. Jeff went out there and did whatever, and everybody was like so happy to see a star from Curb.
Mhm.
And then because we had Moshe, what's his last name?
Oh, Natasha Leggero
Natasha and
and
Moshe.
Moshe.
Um,
I know who you're talking about. Okay.
wow, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. It's just like my name. Moshe
I'll
Kraus.
tell you one
Yes,
second.
he's an insane story.
Kasher, Moshe
Moshe
Kasher.
Kasha, thank you. He grew up in a Satmar family.
No.
Yeah, his parents became religious and Satmar, and he lived in Seagate. and everybody spoke Yiddish around him, and he didn't know a word of Yiddish.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Insane story. And he's married to Natasha. He went out. He had the hardest spot, but he got through and did it.
What's the hardest spot?
It was a spot like right after after the intermission, and but he did very very well, and his wife killed, and his story was insane. But his family is hard of hearing. There's some deaf people in his family,
Okay.
so we brought
American Sign
a
Language.
sign language person that
Interpreter.
came on. Now you have to understand there's a sign language person happening while there's comedy going on.
Mhm.
So first of all, with my ADHD,
Yeah, they're on the stage with you.
they're on the stage right there.
Wow,
We're
that's
doing.
so
It was
cool.
very cool. It was very cool. I think it's a little distracting, but worth it because you're watching comedy, and then you want to see how he's gonna do.
Yeah,
Uh,
usually when I've seen them at events, they're like slightly off to the side, like somewhere else. Like they kind of sit the people who need it close to the interpreter. But this guy on the festival is like on the stage with you, like 10 feet away from
How
you.
many people were at the
well,
festival?
funny you said that. 2,300 people were there.
Okay, I'm just trying to gauge, because you know who took over the internet was Rihanna's interpreter.
Yeah, she did a really
She
good job.
crushed
She
it.
crushed it. Good
Yeah,
for her.
She
yeah.
was not just an interpreter; she was a
No, but we
performer.
had so I guess
It's
you're
like good
right. They do
choreography with
seat
it.
people.
Excuse me.
I guess you're right. They do seat people by where the
Interpreter.
interpreter is. It's not interpreter. It's a sign language person.
I think it's called a sign language interpreter. I think I could be wrong.
Okay, sign language interpreter. And this one woman, they gave her seat away, and so backstage, you know who everybody is, and it was very. We all knew her, and there was this one woman there with. I couldn't tell if it was her son or her brother. They looked so alike, and she was there the whole show. Right where backstage, staring at the curtain, right where the sign person was. And at one point at the end of the show, I go, Donnie, who is this woman? And he didn't know either. And then we found out they gave away her seats,
Oh God,
and she she was there for the interpreter. And we
Oh.
said, how about you sit backstage?
Oh, that's
And they
nice.
gave her the best seat in the house. She was 5 feet from the interpreter, so she got to see the show, the interpreter right there, and couldn't be sweet. And at
that's
the end of
nice.
the night, she's walking out, and I see her, and I go, I didn't meet you. I don't know who you are." And she told me the story, what happened, and then she told me like just some very sweet things about me, that she just enjoyed my energy and everything, and it was a very very sweet little Mashiach energy moment there backstage. But the interpreter was so Jeff Garland went on and had fun with the. I said I'm gonna not deal with the interpreter.
Right.
Actually, it's not true. I did. I addressed it right away. I said, "Oh, look at this. We have an interpreter." And then I turned to them and just started speaking in Yiddish.
Hilarious.
Just to see if they could just to that was my, like,
Uh-huh.
addressing the fact, but Jeff Garland did the whole thing where many comics do it, where they do, like, jerking off
Right.
signs or
So that she
blowjob signs or different things just to make the interpreter do all those crazy little, those little signs.
That's a crazy job to do for
I
stand-up,
can't
right? Like,
imagine.
imagine
Yeah.
having to do that in American Sign Language. There was also something hilarious that I saw in, like, a court or something that was on I don't know, it
Oh,
was
about the
on
woman who was faking it?
Yes, it
Yeah,
was
we taught
amazing.
you. You asked the woman about that. You're like, "What do you think of all these like fakers who get caught like scheming?"
So
It's
Like,
amazing.
she came backstage to go, "Hi, just want to tell you I'll be interpreting, and if is there any words you use that are not from the English vocabulary? Like, she's like, any Jewish words?" I'm like, "I don't know if you've seen my act. Half the act is in Yiddish."
Right.
Okay, so just go with it. And I said maybe holiday here and there. Elon said he's going to be dropping the word Yom Kippur, and but I asked her, I go, "What's the craziest story, this and that, that you've had as an interpreter, and what do you think of all these people that are faking it?"
Yeah,
She says she's more impressed by the fact that they got to be where they were, not that they're faking the thing, but like
right.
they're standing next to the president of the United States of America, or next to the vice president. The amount of security that had to have gone wrong for her to be standing there, you know,
Yeah,
it's
that she was a
insane.
fraud.
Yeah,
They
it's
were
complete
like
fraud.
George
one of them was
Santos.
arrested for that
They should be.
because yeah,
Those people always fascinate
she was like
me.
signing, she was like fake signing for a police department like
Oh,
press meeting about like a crime that had happened, and she was standing right next to like the police commissioner. I forget what city this was in, and she was just like making things up with her hands. And deaf people called in and were like, "What? This woman isn't like that. That's not a real sign language." So she got like arrested for fraud or something like that because she was paid for it, so it was like a crime, I guess,
Yeah.
for like
I s
misrepresenting
I
services.
s I went over to the while we were doing the show, I walked over to the signing person, I said, did my thing in Yiddish, and I go, "If you wanna sign in Yiddish, it couldn't be easier, just go, 'Eh,' like that. Eh, mm." But it was fun to work with that, and it's nice to be inclusive in that world.
that is nice.
Yeah, um, the festivals, will be moving on, and,
I went to a place where there were no Jews,
where
to upstate New York.
Yeah, how was that? Where'd you stay?
I stayed at a place called Mohonk Mountain
Mohawk.
Lodge, which supposedly is where Stephen King wrote The Shining.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
interesting.
And it is sort of lauded as this like super swanky upstate resort. When I tell you that I mean this place needs a major facelift.
Ew.
It's in New
Ew.
Paltz, New York, and it's supposed to be like amazing and gorgeous and you definitely feel like people were probably killed there at some point. It's like
I
for
saw
sure haunted.
ugh, I'm dying for a haunted experience. We were 2 places recently. One at the Orpheum, the really old theater. I asked everyone working there, I was like, "Is this place haunted?"
And they
And
said
give me
yes.
one story. No, they said no.
No,
And
they
then
said they said they think it is they don't they didn't have stories for us.
yeah, no one had story. We were at some like old creepy places. I was like, "Please tell me."
I want to. It was the good topic you threw me into here. Hotels that haven't kept it up.
Okay.
So we stayed at the Mondrian,
Okay.
which used to be the thing.
Yeah, I remember
That
in LA.
LA, we're at the
Yeah.
Mondrian. Yeah, I can get you in. I know somebody who's at the front bar. And the rooms were back in the day were gorgeous and they didn't keep it up.
Right.
They didn't keep it up. It's not like, and then you drive down two, three, four doors down, and the Standard Hotel, which
Mhm.
was the thing,
Yeah.
abandoned.
No
It's
way.
closed. It's closed. So the hotels are, and listen, I remember when I got to the Catskills, and those hotels were supposed to be the best hotels. They were all rotted out,
Right.
you
Speaking
know,
of hotels, we had a
which I then had my joke was I go, um, I called the manager. I said, "Hey, I got a leak in the sink." He said, "Go ahead." Just because it's such a dilapidated hotel.
That's what I
Um,
thought of. I thought like the Jewish version of Mohonk is
and then we stayed at the
probably
Biltmore. We stayed at the
is
Biltmore
that nice?
in
also like over 100 years old in
it was
Florida.
nice.
Like I was
But it
I
wasn't nice for it used to be nice. It's a 100-year
What
hotel.
about the chateau? Isn't that like really the place to stay? The
apparently
chateau
they just redid it.
Yeah.
and the Beverly Hills Hotel?
Yeah.
No,
Yes, those are like
those are the
definitely.
places to like.
You want to do a shout out for the Satai?
Oh, the Satai. The Satai came through. Here's a hotel that is on top of it.
Yep.
The Satai Hotel in Miami Beach. We called down there. I called Shaul, my friend, who's one of the owners. Of course, he's one of the owners, but as soon as I posted that I'm there, all of his cousins, that's my hotel. That's my hotel you're in. That's my hotel. But Shaul, shout out to him, gave us a room there for the weekend for Shabbat. We were in Miami with some friends, and the restaurant in the back. There's two restaurants. One is like they call it club restaurant, or there's like a
It
it's
looks like a Cirque du Soleil thing. It's like happening, and there's a lot of
the music is so loud. But like
Right.
good music. If you're into it and you're gonna drink and it's loud music, it's like a DJ and there's an act in the
yeah,
middle
but
in
you can't
top of
like
a
talk to
pool.
anyone.
What?
You can't like talk or have a conversation in there.
Right. And then you in the back, behind the pool, is this beautiful, quiet restaurant. delicious food, waiters that are so attentive, and it was, we ate there, and it was the Satai Hotel is definitely amazing. If you're in Miami, that's definitely a place to stay. They have not given up on themselves.
That's good. I think it's really inexcusable when these hotels are not like keeping it together. Like these like nice, swanky, expensive hotels, and I'm getting like a blanket that's like a thin
Ew.
yellow yarn blanket that has
Ugh.
like a pubic hair wrapped up in it.
Or or
Ew.
or when they put 2 sheets and, the blanket that made on
Yes.
2 sheets, and by the end of but by the morning, you're literally hanging yourself.
It's straight
Yes.
You're
jacket.
hanging yourself. It's just so many sheets and blankets and comings and goings. What are you doing?
That is so true. The blanket in between two sheets is so
It's so
disgusting.
gross.
Ew.
Yeah, put a duvet,
Wash
undo it.
it. Do the laundry.
So gross. And you
Okay.
know they didn't do anything. It's ew.
Yeah, hotels are
Um,
gross.
but when the hotel gives it to you, when a hotel you nail a
Yeah.
hotel, it's the best. When you don't, ugh, ugh. Worst part about comedies are traveling and the hotel and flights are just if you don't nail them, they're
I got an
horrible.
email asking if you wanted to do Mohegan Sun again.
I would do it for like one night only, like
No, you're
a
not going to
Thursday.
schlep out there for one
I
night.
would and come back.
No, it's like a 4-night package,
I'm not
4-show
doing I'm not
package.
doing 4 nights at Mohegan Sun ever again. That was great.
That
We
was fun
w
that we
we
did it
worked
though.
out material. You
They
got
all
to
came.
do you had a makom kavua. You had a
Yeah.
set place to
Yeah.
work out
Mhm.
15 minutes of material.
Mhm.
What's your shows you have coming up?
I have what do I have coming up? I have deli laughs with Zabars and old Jewish men, and you're doing the what it's March 11th at 2 o'clock. And
Modi will be there.
Modi will be there. It'll be great. We're excited about that. I love old Jewish men and Zabars. Everybody, it's like all a bunch of really hilarious kvetchy Jews from the Upper West Side
Okay.
And me.
and you. Um, no, it's fun. It was really fun. And I have a couple, I'm doing a bridal shower gig.
Ooh.
But
Not
that,
the one that we were discussing in Florida?
yes,
Yes, that
Oh,
one.
but there are
wow.
no tickets available. It's
When
sold
when we
out.
were in Florida, Periel got bookings. She got
Yeah.
2 bookings, one for this bridal shower, and she turns to us, should I do this?" We both go, "Yes."
Right, so
Just
here's the thing, you taught me, I really took this from you, is, like, that's such an honor to, like, get brought in to, like, somebody's, like,
Milestone
important.
event.
Hmm?
Like a
a milestone
milestone.
event,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
so sweet.
When
So
people come over to me after a show and say, "It's my grandmother's 70th birthday, we've all brought her here," I feel I'm a part of her 70th
yeah.
in her 71st, 72nd. You remember my 70th? We went to see Modi?
No, it's
It's a
really
part
sweet,
of
yeah.
your thing.
Anyway,
But you gotta be careful, make sure they don't get divorced. Why do we divorce? But you bought that Periel for your
right,
it
that's what I
didn't
said, I'm like, "Are you sure you want me? Have you seen
uh,
my ex?"
your her Periel's act literally begins with, "I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to get married or have a kid, and now I'm married and I have a kid."
And now I
Um,
know I was right the whole time.
right, I could see you at a bridal shop just going, "Run, just run." But you had another gig that we were like, I've heard of everything. This one I've never heard of. A meditation.
There are yeah, I think that there's, like, some kind of, like, spiritual meditations going on in between the acts. I'm not clear yet, as we get closer,
Interesting. You'll
you
have
know,
to report back.
and,
Leo said, "Just do it for the content. Just
everybody
what's the
okay?
matter?
She was just signaling we hit 5.
Yeah, we
For
have 5
40.
yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Um Yeah, we have a few minutes. Yes, and then I am working on Stupid. If people haven't seen that, they can go on my Instagram and or Stupid at the Seller. That's STOOPID. So I have some interesting things going on with Stupid and a bunch of other projects that I can't talk about yet.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Very fun though.
Very fun project. I have a bunch of dates.
Yep.
Should I see if I can get them or no?
Let's see.
Okay.
Try.
I am gonna be. I have there's the West Coast tour, Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. The Saban Theater. It's all on ModiLive.com. I have a show in Skokie that's now live for ticket sales. We have a show in Berlin and Frankfurt, but that's uh,
Not
nothing that no one from here needs
not
to.
yeah.
Okay, what else is there?
The Tempe, Arizona,
Tempe,
March
Arizona Improv, a
12th.
few seats left there. Make sure if you're in that area, or even if you can drive a little bit too. It won't kill you.
The March shows in Montreal and Toronto. Those are live at modilive.com. We added another show at the Algonquin Arts Theater in New Jersey. The first show sold
Yes,
out. That's on June 29th. So there's going to be two shows on June 29th. The first show is sold out. The second show is a late show. It's like a 9:15 show. We just
yes.
added that. So you should go see that. And then your July 30th show in at Sony Hall in New York City, that is sold out. And then we just added August 24th in Baltimore.
Yes, and 2 more things are happening in New York, so make sure you're on the mailing list to get that information, and don't forget, be the friend who brings the friends to the comedy club. That's Mashiach Energy. See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.